Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Hermitcraft. And just a friendly reminder, there's no fighting in the war room, okay? Calm down, peeps, there'll be no fighting in here. Classic joke. The map room, yes. Oh my goodness me, I've completely forgotten about this. Well, that entire section right there has probably been updated. How does this work again? Aren't I supposed to be able to interact with this and punch it off? Wait, am I going completely... Hey, there we go. Alright, so something was a bit funky then. It wouldn't let me do that. In fact, I guess that means we need to do the edge as well. Okay, I'm guessing that was a little bit of server lag right there, because the second time that punched off nice and easy. So then this area here needs updating. Excellent. I'm trying to keep these in order, please. And then this area over here. If I keep them in order, it should be easier to sort them out when we get back. So I've just spent some time here in the base, wandering around, looking at all the things that need doing, and I kind of want to make a push to finish the inside of the base. So this episode will probably be wandering around, looking at all the things that need finishing, although not spending too much time on that, and then getting to doing some of those things as well. Here's an example of something that needs doing on the outside area. Yeah, I was messing around with changing the entire theme of the village here, and that is actually kind of okay, but I think we should just reverse it and stick with what we already had. Okay, so there's the giant iron building on the map. It doesn't look as interesting, does it? Because it's a tall building, and now it just looks like a big old square, which is fair enough. I think if we use a rocket here, we'll get around... Oh, we've fallen into the water. Flying on this server, man, sometimes you do that. You do like an extended jump where it decides, hey, you can fly for a minute, and then it's like, oh no, actually you can't. Because it's a mini. Hey, I thought this was supposed to work. Aha, there we go. Right, so we hold that one, we've updated that, excellent. This one over here is getting updated, and that's probably about the most of it. And that little bit right there. Excellent. Well, we can head back to the map room, or the war room even. Let's go put these maps back on the wall first of all. This is going to look super cool now. Yeah, that is looking great right there. And then it's that one. Oh, we need to update that as well, of course. Hang on, are you doing the lag thing again? Right. And that's it. I think we've pretty much done it. Not bad at all. I like it. And while I've been flying around the base, kind of noticed something that needs attending to. There's a lot of water down there, and I haven't been questioning that for some time, that I've been looking down there and seeing the blue water. Now, at the same time, it was the other episode when we were working on the cactus farm, which is down on that floor, that I fixed the item elevator, right? And some items were coming up while I was doing that. So it couldn't have been too long after that happened that this thing is broken. I can see that this is actually staying mycelium. That's promising. That's very promising. Does this stuff stay mycelium when water's above it? Because none of that's changed to dirt. What about the floor below? Let's use a bit of cheaty zoom. No, they all seem to be good. It might have something to do with the glowstone, because I know that grass can stay grass with water above it if it has the right light level. So something changed over here, and I don't know what it is. Let's go and investigate. Why did this stop working? Okay, that is still counting. I'm going to guess that for some reason or another, maybe chunks unloading and loading, this thing got its pulses the wrong way around, right? So it pulsed once instead of twice. So if I go and do that... Oh, wait. No, that just activated... This is separate to that. What happened there? Hi, we're trying to activate you. There. No, not good enough. Quick. Oh, every time I move into it, it's going to double pulse. So we need like a one-tick pulse. I'm not sure if I can even move quick enough for that. Oh, okay. I'm not sure I'm going to fix this then. If I stand here with it turned off until the armor stand gets pushed up, then I can walk away because the armor stand will still be activating the tripwire, right? And then when it falls down, it'll all be fixed. Okay, is that... No, I missed my opportunity! Oh, I thought it stayed up for a little while. I'm sure that's what it's supposed to do. Oh, look. Oh, look, something's missing. So the signal comes through like that, goes straight over there, and for some reason there's a random comparator missing. Well, I didn't bring an ender chest. I'll need to go get one. Alright, so standing on the tripwire doesn't work either because we're just simulating the armor stand going up. So when it joins us and goes back down again, it ends up in the same state. So what I'm thinking is a very short pulse with that on 1 might blink it quick enough to change. Oh, this is a real pickle. I'm not sure how we're going to fix this one. What about throwing an item through the tripwire? Do you know what? That means that a bat could fly through this thing. That didn't do it either. This is ridiculous. Okay, a 1-tick pulse means 1 update, surely. Yes. Okay. Okay, that is it now actually 100% fixed. I've sort of boxed myself into a room here. I thought I'd give the redstone its own little room, and as I'm placing the last few blocks, I'm thinking, how am I supposed to get out of here? Oh, I don't know. We'll probably just box this in and leave it alone, or maybe link it up to something else. But the thing is, this isn't like really near anything, and there's not just like a path I can hook it up to. But anyway, the tripwire works through a hole like that in the wall, so that's cool. There's one there. Then there's one over here, and this is in line with all of this, and so that's been tidied up and moved back, and that's happened again, has it? Oh, this is because bats fly through the tripwire, I think. Look, there's loads of them over there. Count the bats in chat. How many can you see? That is actually kind of crazy. There is a lot of bats around here. So in the name of preparing this area for completion, we've got to do the unspeakable in Minecraft, the thing that I do every now and then. There always seems to be something every season where I have to break one of these. Okay? It's gone. It's gone forever. No zombie farm. Not that you actually wanted one, of course. So the other one had a chest with it, and it had a record in it, which reminded me of something. Is there a zombie now spawning? I think one spawn went down below. See you later, spawner. Yeah, it reminded me of something. A place that could potentially need some decorating. Aha, this is the place. There's another spawner here. That one's not going to get destroyed. This is where the creeper farm project is. At the moment, there's no proper way to get here, so that's something that we could add. But this place, do you think it needs decorating? I want to do a little bit of a poll on the screen, so if you want to vote and participate, just let me know if you'd like to see this thing, you know, fixed up, made to look pretty, so we could come down here and enjoy the view of creepers falling down and getting shot at. This thing is still working. It has worked flawlessly for ages now, and it has provided us with tons of records. But it was just one of those other areas in the base I was thinking about, you know. It's kind of been neglected, it doesn't look very good, and there's no proper way of getting down here. He looks so peaceful, doesn't he? Just hanging out down here in his little sanctuary. It's actually quite a lonely place, you know. Pinned in by all of this water. Oh, getting a little bit aggressive, are you? I thought you'd want some company down here. It's very lonely. I'm going to leave this fella alone. I spotted something over here. Some diamonds. That reminded me of something. When we played the Is That Sheep Looking at Me game, I made a wager with Zenaf for 10 diamonds, and I won the game, of course. And so I think we need to remind him that he owes us 10 diamonds. A pig in a boat is one of the many things you'll see on Hermitcraft when you fly around. Cool, this prank was some time ago. Wait. Let's tap F5 again. There you go, you can see the piggy. Giant screen here on the lake for watching movies as well. And then I believe over this hill somewhere is Zedaf's area, if I've got my bearings correct. I don't have them correct. That is the Iron Golem farm, and then the evoker system that kills them down below. So is Zedaf in this direction or that direction? Aha! I was thinking, that looks like no usual terrain, a big box of grass. That's because it's not. It is Zedaf's base. We have found the lake. I can't remember the actual name of this place. I feel bad now. But this is where Zedaf's operation is located at. And somewhere in here we need to build ourselves a reminder to Zedaf that he owes us some diamonds, because we had a little wager of 10 diamonds, didn't we? First of all, though, I'm going to wander around here and check out all the cool stuff that he's been up to. This place is very quaint, and I'm noticing there's not a lot of torches around here as well. There's some interesting looking farms, a cool looking ravine over here as well, with some slime blocky thing going on down there. I reckon the best place to put this is in the very middle of the area, right? Where there are a couple of sheep hanging out. Have these been renamed? Maverick and Goose. I knew they had been renamed. Right, so what do I need? I need 1 white concrete powder. Yep, that's right. I've been doing some pixel art stuff in a creative world, so I know how I can make something that looks like a diamond. It's going to pretty much look like a diamond, and I believe I need 6 of these as well that are also turned into concrete. What have I found? A secret Zedaf lair. Oh, I wonder what secrety things he gets up to down here. It doesn't look like much. Maybe just growing grass and sitting on it? I'm not sure what that's about. Anyway, I've left down some signs for Zed to read. So it says, "Dear not Wormman," you know, just clarifying, Zedaf isn't Wormman. "I'm sure you need no reminding, but remind I shall anyways. We had a 10 diamond wager in your mysterious game about a sheep, and who said sheep is looking at? Since the sheep look favourably in my direction, I am owed 10 diamonds." So this is a little payment reminder right here, and I thought what I'd do is put 10 diamond ore around in this area, right? So it just, 10, reinforce the number, make it really clear and easy for Zedaf to understand. But actually I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide it in his secret cave, and you lot can tell him where the diamonds are. So one over here, well actually I don't need to count because I have exactly 10 in my inventory, so that's solved itself, that problem. Okay, 2 more to go. We'll have one over there and one right there. Excellent. And then I will cover up any evidence that I was ever here. You see, peeps, there's no hole in the ground, so he'll never know that I was in this area. Of course he won't. Back at the very beginning of this episode, I talked about how I took some time to look around the base and figure out all the things that need doing, and then I made a list. Well, this is one of the things that is on the list, to make a tunnel down to the snow farm. Now it goes 58 blocks in this direction and then off by 25 to the side, and it goes down by 25 blocks as well. You may be wondering why I've counted that. It is because obviously we're digging a tunnel. I don't want it to be no normal tunnel though. I need to know the numbers so that we can make it a little bit fancier than usual. So what you might have expected me to do is just make this like an upwards tunnel to that point and then a straight line going across. That's what I expected myself to do as well. I came down here and looked at the blocks and I thought, hey, we could use this snow and glass and the terracotta behind there again. That would be pretty cool. But then when thinking about the shape, I thought, actually, why don't we try and challenge ourselves here and make an interesting shape out of this tunnel? Well, this means 2 things. I reckon 1, my calculations are off. And 2, this might not be such a great idea. So can you see how we've got this curve shape going on, right? This is like an elliptoid, a squash circle going around to the side. But as we curve around to the side as well, and the torches being the blocks that are kind of the center, we also go up every 3 blocks as well, and that should bring us around to where we need to be. Now, just trying to think as to where this is, we're probably a little bit too low down, and we're also way too off to one side as well for this to actually work. Unless this is a different contraption. I'm assuming it's... Oh, this is part of that farm, right. Oh, that means we're way off. We are way off. Oh dear. How can I figure out or show you like a yeah, there we go. So we need to be probably in line with this bit right here and in the center. So actually we're kind of not too far away from the center, are we? Oh, it's a shame this redstone is here. I didn't think of it. I still think we're too low down, so maybe there's hope for us yet. So this was the curve that I made. It was pretty interesting. You want to look at the unlit cave here. I recorded a moment ago, and OBS doesn't really support you switching Minecraft accounts easily anymore, so I'm quite likely to make this mistake until I remember to go into OBS and configure it. So we kind of come up to this point here, right? You can also see there was another attempt to curve around over here, which was really, really bad. And then I've come up with this one right here, which is a pretty good curve. And then it literally comes as close as it can to this bit right here. 1 block further away and it would have been perfect. So what I'm probably going to do is come all the way back down here to the beginning and, well, I was going to say raise it up by 1, but it already is raised by 1. Anyway, this is a 25 block curve, okay, so it's 25 blocks across and 25 blocks in that direction as well. and that's basically like a circle shaped, except it goes up every 2 blocks, and that's the perfect kind of slope to get you to about here, and that's the end of the curve. And then what I've done is I've added an extra block going over to the side because it was off by 1, and all of those go up by 2 as well. And that's how we come extremely close to this. So I think some minor adjustments and we'll be able to make this tunnel work. I'm having OBS issues today. Thought I'd learn my lesson. I thought I'd set up OBS to record this account. I left my camera account lying around, and now I've been talking to myself and you've just been looking at an inventory screen, so I decided to delete all of that footage. Let me show you what's going on here. So we've started this thing off 1 block higher up, which allows us to go over the top of the redstone further up, and that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, it's also forward by 1 more block, so it lines up perfectly when it comes around to the other side. So this is the curve right here. I'm thinking of extending it by 2 blocks in either direction, so the whole thing is going to be 5 wide. It's going to be quite a wide tunnel, but I really want to play around with this shape that we've built for ourselves. Now up here you'll see that I've got a load of snow going across either side, and that's because I've successfully put this across the top of the redstone. Now I was moaning a little bit about how I hate it when in this game you come up against an old project and it's kind of in the way. You don't want to have to rebuild everything. Well, I found a way in the end to actually rebuild the redstone right here. So let's go over to where it used to look like. You got this block at this height, which isn't in the way. It's this bit of redstone here that gets in the way. And we can actually lower that down by 1 block because we can put redstone on top of pistons. And I believe when it is on this side, it won't pop off of the piston when being used. So that means we get to leave our contraption here. It still works. It's not been turned off. I was talking about just removing the redstone entirely for the section in the middle, and then that one would be like a, you know, an aesthetic thing down below, but it wouldn't actually work. And I need to make some more snow here. So yeah, it's looking all good now. The redstone ain't going to be in the way. As you can see, we can make this tunnel 5 wide, and all's good. So now comes the time where I've got to figure out the shape of this slope with a little bit of artistic freedom, let's say, because currently what I'm doing is just expanding it out by 2 blocks on either side, and as we go around, of course, that's no longer going to work. So we're doing the same thing on this side. Eventually they're going to meet and we're going to have these awkward sort of right angles. So what we need to start doing somewhere around here is not falling into holes, but to start peeling back some of the blocks on this side and pushing them out. So maybe those 2 there aren't actually going to be there, and I'm going to put them in these spaces instead, you know, so it starts to curve around with the thing going down. But it's going to be very tricky for me. At this point I just want to figure it all out, get it finished and show it to you. However, I think this point here might be a good reference point. This is the very middle bit where you have 3 blocks on their own in a row. So if we were to put 2 blocks diagonal either side of it, maybe we could use that as a guide point for where the other ones need to go. Well, I have achieved in making something different, that's for sure. And a lot of the spaces that you see on this side, shapes, I guess you could say, for each floor. If you think of them as like a piece of a jigsaw, they're kind of the same on the opposite side. I kind of mirrored them. So around here you got the same thing, except they're going upwards. Then somewhere in the middle it all kind of gets muddy and lost. But, you know, this is organic and it kind of works. And I like it, and these torches in the middle are now starting to become distracting. So the next thing we want to focus on is light sources, and the way that we did that down here was with sea lanterns, which we put in these corner blocks. So we're going to need to come up with a mix of glass, sea lanterns, and this stuff back here. And I've got a feeling it ain't going to be so easy, and if that's so, then what we might just do is replace some of these blocks in the corners with sea lanterns and then put some carpets on top of them, something like that. But we don't need these torches anymore, right? I don't think we do. I'm going to punch them all out and then I'm going to start working on this when the tunnel is all dark. So we have our lighting fixtures in place and we've got these blocks on the side. The trim gets a little bit weird in places, but overall it generally sort of sticks together going downwards diagonally on both sides. And now what we've got to do is the roof. And initially I wanted to do something very calculated and how can I say, like structured, but now I'm thinking I'm probably just going to throw in random blocks and make like an arc. But walking up and down here has made me realise something. When you walk in this game, you don't want to tap spacebar, which is what I've been doing a lot, right? I've been jumping as I come up here, and so what I think we need is some slabs, and obviously that's going to be quartz slabs. And I'm pretty sure I'm low on quartz slabs, which means I need to go to the nether. But I think what we'll do is we'll put in like a 3 wide bit just to walk through the middle, and then that'll get especially interesting when we're in the curve down there. But the project is going really well. It's been really fun to challenge myself and do something a little bit unusual. There we go. So we've only got that many, but we do have lots of nether quartz gathered as well. So I might not need to take a trip to the nether after all. But this is what we're going to put in the middle. Just some slabs to get up and down. Well, I put in a few, and straight away I thought, nope, I've got a better idea. Now my problem with that is that the texture is slightly different, and it pops out too much, and I think it's really going to take up a lot of space when we're working with the curve bit round there. So can we try something different? We can. It's probably going to be a little bit of an issue being right next to a light source, but if we put these underneath and then put down that, we're not going to have such a big footprint, and I think the wall goes a little bit better with the snow, but you can walk straight up it, which I like. I like that a lot, so that's what we're going to try. We're actually going to rip out the quartz and do this with some fence posts. I have one final adjustment to make. The head comes a little bit close there. We're going to open it up. And that is a nice old tunnel right here. This worked out really, really well. There are some bits where it kind of goes diagonal like this, and you never have any trouble walking up it, which is just great. You could perhaps put a fourth one over there, but I've tried to make it kind of in the middle. That is a sea lantern right there, which might throw you off a little bit. But generally, if you just stick to the middle, you don't even have to think about it when you walk through here. And the headroom is really good. Maybe it gets a little bit tight just at the beginning here, but otherwise it's all worked out extremely well. This has been a great project. This is how I've tied it together at the end here. And I enjoyed that, challenging myself to do something different. And it certainly worked out really well. But that's where we're going to wrap up today's episode. If you've enjoyed it, leave a like on the video. As always, thank you for the support. And I will see you in the next episode of Hermitcraft. So ciao for now. Bye-bye.